everyone, hope you guys are doing well. We are back with some more ESO, and in the last episode we done like sort of the first main story quest. So the way that it's done is it's kind of actually really weird. We currently have activated the Fates proxy quest, but that sent us to do another quest, which was the Fates Lost Dream quest, and then one of the next ones that we have to go and do is called Spirit of Fate, and then I'm guessing that another one is like Keeper of Fate, or yeah, Hidden Fate, or I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird, so it's just like at the moment the one we have activated is Fate's proxy, but that sent us to go do another one, which was Fate's Lost Dream, and then it will go and send us to do one of these two as well. So it's kind of a bit weird the way that it's laid out, but I thought in this video, in the first video we did for Necrom, we went and got Sharp as Night, and I thought that we would go and get Azander in this episode. So to get Azander, we go down here, and I believe it's this quest. So let's hop on and let's take a trek to get another companion, or the other companion, should I say. So yeah, we got Sharp as Night. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite, if you have a favorite already. I do quite like Sharp. When I first did the quest for him, well, this is cool looking. When I first did the quest, he kind of seemed a bit mean, but he's kind of cool. And his story is actually quite sad. But yeah, that will obviously evolve the more we level him up and everything like that. So it's cool. Let's get Azander now. It's Azander's turn to shine.
Another one. Confounded thing. You have an intelligent look about you. A moment of your time?
Of course.
Greetings! You have a sharp look to you, traveler. My name is Azander. I'm an arcanist, and I'm hoping we can help each other out. I've decades of esoteric knowledge, a bit of coin, and a convivial attitude. What do you say?
That depends. What do you need help with?
I'd like your help tracking down a former associate of mine. I was attempting to create a relic of great power, and now find my fate frayed, for lack of a better term. I call this relic the Fate Weaver Key.
Okay. How can your former associate help?
Martina was a brilliant collaborator, and may be able to identify where I went wrong. To find her, we'll need to find a tome, summon a Daedra, and brave the terrors of Apocrypha. What do you say? Join me in an exploration into the unknown?
Alright, Azander, I'll help you find your associates and fix your key.
I'm looking forward to our collaboration.
Sweet.
As I said, we'll need a book on Daedra summoning to get us on the right track. Let's convene in the center of Cypher's Midden. Is there anything I can clarify for you before we begin?
Sure, can you tell me about what you're trying to do?
That mystic phenomenon I was struggling with, I'm calling them frayed fates. They're echoes from a choice I once made.
Oh.
My work to create the Fate Weaver Key has snarled them up. So untidy. If I'm ever to perfect the key, I'll need to unfray my fate.
Okay, so we're going to unfray your fate. How are we going to do that? What is it you do? What were you trying to do with this Fate Weaver Key?
It's not my fault. I mean, I was attempting to peer beyond the veil of reality, much as Hermaeus Mora does, to gaze upon other fate lines. It would have been brilliant. I should have spent more time developing my infralux notation.
What did you hope to learn?
Just think. What could you learn by looking beyond your own life? At the paths unwalked? What kernels of truth could you hold with such a tool? I hope to gain knowledge about myself, about the universe, why, about the very nature of mortality.
Okay, what is one of these frayed fates? What makes one of these frayed fates? Did you make one when you decided to have your breakfast?
A simplistic example. Not all choices are equal. But if the choice to have oatmeal instead of eggs changed the course of your life, think of them like divergence points, and everything you could learn seeing the might-have-beens play out.
Okay, I like the idea of that.
The stacks aren't far at all.
I mean,
I'll see you there.
it's also kind of true. Different choices you make and all that stuff. Okay, so we're still on the Faith Proxy one. We want this one. It's not selecting them automatically when I get the new quest, which is slightly irritating, but that could be a problem with an add-on and not necessarily the game, so. I love this town. Look at this, it is so cool. All of the books. That looks really cool here. I've got a recipe. Look at it.
Where knowledge begins.
That looks like such a witch's house. I like how that looks. I've got to start decorating in here. So again, I've got a couple of homes that I need to decorate and some that I want to redecorate. Look at this. It's like a little witch's home. I'm sorry. I have to try this. I have to see what the inside is like before we move on. I like it in here. It's definitely giving me witch vibes. 100%. Don't mind me. I'm just stealing your stuff. Okay. Sorry. I just had to. I saw it and I had to do it. Right, let's go speak to Azander now.
I have no idea where in Orbis to look for my old colleague Martina. But I know she was working with a Daedric consultant, a creature named Tim. If we can summon Tim, we can find Martina.
And we're here to find a book to summon this Tim.
Indubitably, I knew I was right about you. Now, an esteemed elder within the ciphers once summoned forth this Daedra. If we can find the notes from this elder, you and I can summon Tim and engage in parley.
How do we find one book in all of this?
You've never been to the Library of Dusk, I take it. Or the forbidden section of Gwillem University. Dedicated scholars must develop their own search magics. I'll begin the incantation. Just be ready for anything. Apocrypha is full of surprises.
Got it.
Incantus eruditum. Abyssal sea, hear my call. Find the secrets beneath this scroll. The rune form is complete. Follow where it leads.
That is so cool. Can I have one?
The book we need is in that pile. There.
Ah.
A tome show has the text. Get after it. The chase is on.
Oh, it's so cute. It is so cute. Oh, I like it. I just have to chase it. I don't have to kill it or anything. I think they're really cute. My guess is it lands over here somewhere because that's where all the people are. Okay, awesome.
Excellent work.
All of these characters. Look at all of these Azanders just stacked upon each other. That's insane. Okay.
Ha! That was bracing. Pity the tome will smell like transliminal parasite now. Let's see what it says.
Here you go, one book.
Here's the ritual to summon Tim. Easy enough, just a question of the appropriate summoning materials. We'll need expunged tome dust, the talon of a seeker, and black ichor from the spoomy pools of Apocrypha.
Where can we find the ritual materials?
Let me mark your map. Seekers tend the flora of the region. Their talons often break off in the resin. And there should be plenty of tome dust scraped from parchment in the cipher's midden expungatory. Try to get some from a Daedric incantation.
Expungatory sounds like a really weird, funny... like, what? Or is that just me? It's probably just me. What about the ichor?
I'll procure that, worry not.
Okay.
Don't want you to think I'm taking advantage of your assistance. Once you have the dust and talon, we'll meet back up at the ritual site I've marked on your map. What do you say?
Sounds good. Get the talon and the tome dust and meet you at the site. Got it. See you there.
The tome dust should be found in the cipher's midden expungatory, while seekers tend to congregate around those resin plants to the southwest. Easy enough, and soon we'll be talking to Tem.
You seem familiar with Apocrypha.
Well, I should hope so. I've been coming here for years. Fascinating place. You can learn the ways of the Arcanist back home, of course. But to truly understand the forces of fate, tides and the abyssal sea, there's nowhere else like it.
Where is home? Back in Tamriel?
Oh, here and there, you know. You've seen one post-feudal city-state, you've seen them all, am I right? My family hails from Hammerfell. Born and raised in tall Papa's shadow.
Do you visit them much?
I'm no youngster, obviously. My parents now dwell within Aetherius, and the rest of the family politely pretends I don't exist. Best for all involved. Now then, we have a Daedra to summon. Knowledge to gain.
I'll be your new family. Right, better get to it. Order those Azanders, right? Let's go, let's go. This is a cool, like, looking plant as well. Let's go grab the dust. From up here. Oh, it does. It looks so cool. Okay. See if we can't find any more furnishing plans.
Do be careful. Don't rush about and scatter the dust.
Why is the dust talking? Ciphers of the Eye. Okay, awesome.
Beyond sweet oblivion is snared within the ruins of my dark love.
That's kind of cool.
Ugh,
Wait, let me
such
check
drivel
this
in some of these old spells.
Okay. So now we have to find a talon. Where is that? Oh, it's actually quite far away. It rains here. That's cool. I like it. The dangers of truth. Okay, awesome. I feel like sometimes, like, as much as I like to read some of, like, the lore and stuff in the books in the game, I feel like a physical copy would be so much cooler. I don't know why. I feel like I'm quite old because I'm like, oh, I prefer physical books than reading something on a screen. So like, I would much prefer to like hold a book, and to hold a book that has like all of the, like, you know, all of the lore library in ESO. Like, to have a book, like, okay, maybe not the crafting motifs, but like the lore, like stuff. You get what I mean? Like the lore books that you find, like the one that we just found and everything like that. To have those as just like one big book in a physical copy would be really cool. Yeah. I mean, you could definitely make it. You could probably definitely make it. and it would look awesome, but yeah. I just feel like that would be cool. Rather than reading them on the screen all the time. Okay, meet Azander at the ritual site. Oh gosh, let's go this way. Oh yeah, there's an achievement furnishing item for fishing here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do that. Get that fishing achievement. I think it's like those little eyes. Oh, look at the jellies. Shroom jellies. Oh, that's what I should have been called instead. That's so cute. Okay. Maybe I should change my name to Shroom Jelly instead. Oh, I like that. That was cool. Right. Where are we? Where are we?
Begone! My faith line is my own. Your life is mine.
Ooh, are you supposed
hear?
to die?
Never mind. Welcome. This should be most illuminating.
I heard it.
Ah, my new collaborator. Good to see you again. By Mora's eyes, these frayed fates are becoming increasingly annoying. I look forward to putting them to bed, as it were. Do you have the items we need to summon our Daedric consultant?
I've got the tome dust and the talon right here.
Peerless work. Let's see. Here's the ichor. Unpleasant to gather, but I've done worse in my day. Now then, I'll light the fonts and begin the incantation. As we go, I'll need you to offer up the tome dust, talon, and ichor. In that order.
Okay, tome dust, talon, ichor. Then you'll ask the Daedra about your partner.
Just so. With any luck, this Tem can tell us where the whims of fate have led Martina. If this doesn't work, well, I'm sure I'll think of something. But let's hope it works, eh? Onward!
Ready when you are. Okay, we need... Where do I give it?
We light the flames to summon Tem, the omen of destiny. Come before us!
Let me summon. Ask your questions, make your offerings.
We offer the dust
hello.
of an ancient spell. I seek the location of my former colleague, Martina Abor.
Oh, okay, it tells us which one.
Heaven's eyes have seen you, Azander Alcibiades. You search for one who does not wish to be found.
Recalcitrant, are we? We offer the talon of a seeker. I need Martina to correct an error. Where are they?
Tamper with fate, mortal. Tem sees a darkness approaching. One you have unmoored.
Daedra, I have called, and you must answer. With Ichor as payment, I command you. Where can I find Martina Abor?
I shall answer, but not to you, Arcanist. Tem will speak with the one who made the offerings.
Oh,
The audacity of that creature.
that'd be me. He looks kind of cool like this, no? That's kind of cool. Sorry. Oh no. Wait, I just need a little screenshot. Okay.
Tem sees you, chosen proxy of the Great Eye. Adventures, triumphs that have happened, or may happen, or may never happen. Speak, and Tem will tell you what you wish to know.
Okay, why didn't you want to talk to
The
Azander?
choices of Azander Alcibiades hang heavy about him, reeking from stains on his hands and his soul. Also, he speaks with a distinct lack of respect for Tem, the omen of destiny.
Right, so where can we find Martina Abor?
Martina Abor, Arcanist of the Abyssal Sea and Illuminatus of the Threads of Fate. retreated to their sanctum 920 days ago.
That's a long
Seek
time.
them within the subrealm known as the Underweave, at a place called the Heart. But beware, mortal.
Beware of what?
The Arcanist you traveled with sought to view the paths unwalked, but failed to see where those paths led. In his hubris, he has allowed a thing that should not be to be. Tem has spoken.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tim.
Questions asked and answered. Farewell, mortals.
I like
Being
that.
equal, that went rather well. It seems we're off to the Underweave. Oh, exciting! The Underweave is a powerful nexus of fated potential in Chroma Incognito. Terribly powerful and terribly dangerous. Sounds just like Martina to set up a lab there. Onward and upward!
He's so cheerful. Are you not worried about Tim's warning?
Am I? No, not particularly. Daedra are strange beasts, you know. Their concept of mortality, time, and danger are very different from our own. Clearly, there have been some unintended consequences, but nothing the two of us can't handle.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it here for that. It's optional to speak with him, so I'm just gonna leave that there, and then we're going to head to the Underweave. Oh, okay, so this is kind of weird. Each of the companion quests have actually led us into the public dungeons. I'm not a fan of that because I want to do them as quests on their own, so I'm gonna have to try and avoid the stuff in this one again, or this one as well as we did for the other one. So yeah, I won't really show anything, and I'm going to try not to get distracted by anything, because I would really like to do the quests for these separately, like I normally do. I also don't know if the two public dungeons are going to have things for us to collect, because, like, small, like, side note, I actually started collecting this, and this is for, like, high owls, and I need to do it from one of the public dungeons you need 25, and then the other one you need 25, and then you'll get, I think it's a pet at the end of it. The drop rate for them is honestly ridiculous, so I haven't really got much. Okay.
No! The Master of
No,
Secrets
no,
will
I
certainly
can't
flame me for
listen.
this.
I can't listen. I can't listen to the quests for here because I don't. Okay, excuse him.
Not to belabor the obvious, but we'll need to be careful here. We should make haste to the heart of the Underweave and find Martina's sanctum. Onward and upward!
I think that's gonna get slightly annoying. How do we find Martina's sanctum?
The Fate Weaver key is palpitating, pulling me. Off to the east? Fascinating. Something in Martina's sanctum must be synergizing with the relic. Let's find that laboratory.
Right to the heart of the Underweave. Okay, let's go this way. I'm guessing it'd be this way. Yeah, sure. Let's just go for it. Okay, this must be it.
This must be it. Knock, knock, Martina.
He's so cheerful.
Let's get my face.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. I actually thought
Damn
that was
it.
the person.
Martina. Dead. I had hoped. Oh, why must the most brilliant among us fall to curiosity's blade? Take a look around, if you don't mind. I need a moment.
All of this stuff, like, look how cool all of this would be as furnishing items. But it's not. I mean, it could possibly come. Ew, that actually looks like a is that like a Daedra or is that a dragon? Whatever it is, it looks kind of creepy. Okay, mysterious experiment.
No idea what that concoction is. Curious.
Entry 1. I've been able to identify the threshold The never woven, the unwoven. The moment it starts to form hangs in. Okay. I can weave my tattered, untaken fates into power. Oh, nice.
Martina was a zealous note-taker. That may be helpful to our inquiry. Perhaps you, might... Come. Let's talk. I, wish I could say this was the first time I found an old friend dead. But I cannot. From the spell lattice surrounding them, I believe Martina's research may have followed a similar path to my own. Let's take a look at that journal.
I'm sorry, Azander, and you're right. The journal talks about Martina's fate fraying like yours.
Martina says here she could somehow scry for the fates frayed from her timeline. Fascinating. She experimented with several different methods, including using her own blood. It's messy, dangerous, but perhaps effective.
Is there any way we could do that?
Yes, I believe so. I have some thoughts that need to germinate, and I'd like to dispel this ward. Take care of Martina. Let's retire to my rooms at Cypher's Midden, near the Way Shrine. I'll see you there, my canny colleague.
Alright, Azander, I'll see you at Cypher's Midden.
I'll see you back at Cypher's Midden, my perspicacious collaborator. Just need to see to Martina. Here.
Okay, what was Martina doing here, do you think?
Research, of course. Always research. Just like in the old days. Martina and I were excellent collaborators. I was the gab, the talker, the trader. But Martina was the silent strength, astute observations after lengthy contemplation.
Okay. Why did you two stop working together? What do you think killed them?
I'm an arse. It seems wrong to coat the truth in moon sugar standing over Martina's final work. I can be challenging to know and worse to work with. Martina put up with me for the better part of 5 years. Longer than anyone else.
Okay, right. Thanks, Azander. What do you think killed?
I'm not quite sure. I think perhaps she was trying to manipulate fate itself. But I'd have to examine Martina's notes to fully understand what happened here.
Okay, why did she try to manipulate fate?
Martina was as nimble-witted as anyone I've ever met, and stubborn as the abyssal sea. Now, if she thought they could twist fate itself, nothing would slow them down. Changing the fate lines is something not even Hermaeus Mora himself can do.
Okay, thanks.
I hope I can honor Martina's memory somehow. I'll see you back at Cypher's Midden.
Alright, sounds good. Do you think we get to, like, stay in his house? Look how cute this looks.
Welcome. I've just been preparing. Pardon the simplicity of my setup here.
Everyone's just like running around searching his stuff. Okay.
Martina's research lives on. I believe with further development I can adapt her methods and modify the Fate Weaver key itself. But let's crawl before we walk. First, we confirm if scrying for frayed fates is even possible.
Why are we scrying for frayed fates?
It's time to put my failure behind me. So far, the fates have come to me. With Martina's research, we can scry for one, find it, and shut it down. What do you think of that?
Sounds good. What's our first step?
This is why you make a good collaborator. Your focus. I place in your hands the Fate Weaver key. Still flawed, unfortunately, but newly modified thanks to Martina's notes. Follow along with me, and we'll seek out a frayed fate.
Okay, let's get started.
Observe this thaumaturgical quadrant. Gripping the key, activate each of the beacons.
Oh, the key looks cool. Oh, I believe that's actually a item as well, like a furnishing item.
A shipwreck. fathoms drift. Superlative!
Okay.
The drift is in the far north of the region. I'll meet you there.
Okay, right. It's optional to speak with him, so we're gonna leave it for now. I feel like I should have waited maybe a bit to do his quest because there's so many people about and everything. But it is what it is. It's like freshly dropped, so what was I expecting? We're over the other side now. So let's go this way.
I live. It is my will. Away,
Okay.
you pestering phantom. You're here. It's so pleasant to work with someone so prompt and cunning. Blast these frayed fates. Let's get in there and turn theory into practice, eh? Smooth these things back into the universe.
How do we smooth your fates back into the universe?
First, we enter the drift and find the darn thing. The Fate Weaver key in your able hands will lead us where we need to go. Now, properly attuned, it should allow you to tug on the threads that bind my fate to me.
Okay, so we follow those threads, then what?
We use the Fate Weaver key itself to bind this frayed fate back into the fabric of the universe. Now, I'm not... Well, to be totally honest, I'm not exactly sure what that will look like. But we're armed with the dead friend's knowledge. We'll see it done.
Sounds awful. Alright, let's see it done.
Into the drift! Huzzah!
Oh, okay, so for his, we actually get to go into a... oh my gosh, a delve as well. Azander's getting everything. We're just exploring the whole freaking zone. This is a big looking
The
delve.
Fate Weaver key will be our guide. It should make visible the threads that bind me to the nearby frayed fate.
Okay, again, I'm gonna try not to like do anything here.
A thread, untie it, and we'll follow a thread to the next. And the next!
He's so happy.
Martina's work. My research. It's working! Smashing! Onward and upward, as always! Ah! That thread was woven past that door! Up the ramp!
Oh,
I think I
wow.
see something!
This delve is something else. Look at this. Look at the guy. Oh, that's so cool. I feel like it'd be cool to like make a house look something like that, like things are floating.
Look there! This distortion is a frayed fate. Let's pull this situation into focus.
Swap the deck, Azander. Stop lollygagging, Azander. I'm tired of all this.
What? A sailor? How odd. I haven't wanted to be a sailor since I was a child.
Bilge rats and stale bread. I'll never make it to first mate.
Such potential. Stronger now. Twitching tentacles, what is that? I grow stronger. Use the key. These room forms should banish that thing. We will not be undone. It worked. Oh, I wasn't sure it would.
Look at that jelly. It's a ghost jelly.
What we just witnessed. Distressing, horrid, disconcerting. Apologies, cohort. I'm free associating to deal with my emotions.
Are you alright?
Of course, yeah, just processing. Tem, it seems, was telling the truth. Afraid fate has grown in strength somehow. Become adversarial.
What do we do now?
Allow me to take back the Fate Weaver key. I'll need to consider this new information. The introduction of this adversary into the experiment was unforeseen. Let's reconvene in my room at Cypher's Midden.
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you there.
Ah, there you are!
So many people.
Let's talk. I'm ecstatic. Ebullient, even. Incredible. Somehow, my experiment seems to have created a new, previously unseen mystic phenomenon. One frayed fate consumed the other by means and for reasons unknown. I'd be even happier if it didn't want me dead. Ha!
You're excited that you've created a thing that wants you dead?
Yes. I mean, would I prefer this adversary enjoy a strenuous argument over a pot of tea? Without a doubt. But you have to understand, I believe the Fate Weaver experiment was an abject failure.
So the fact that the experiment created anything is exciting to you?
Indubitably. And mark me well, this discovery would not have been possible without your insights and abettance. We make a superlative research duo, you and I. I haven't had a competent cohort in some time.
Thanks, Azander. So you're going to continue to look into this adversary?
I must. My fate is still frayed after all. It must be restored and this dark being dealt with. But now, a question for you. Would you be willing, if you have the time and inclination, to continue our collaboration?
Sure, let's keep working together on your project.
Together,
Awesome.
my new cohort, we began the work of understanding the nature of fate. We put an old friend to rest. And someday soon, we'll repair the key. But for now, accept my promised coin with enthusiastic thanks. Onward and upward!
That's gonna get so old. Onward and upward. Okay, complete. Thank you.
Together, cohort,
Awesome.
we will accomplish stupendous things, remarkable things, for research!
Okay, awesome. So, out of the two quests, Azander seemed to be longer, I think. I remember Isabel's quest being like super freaking long. So, I'm gonna have to get rid of a companion. So we've got Sharp.
Good to see your face again.
Let's put Azander here. Sorry, Isabel. Wait, she has a quest for us? That's so strange. Unless I've leveled her up. I might have leveled her up. I'm not too sure. But Azander, right?
I'm
yeah,
here.
so he's
You wish to engage in badinage?
actually a Arcanist, which is cool. So he has the Arcanist skills, or like some of them at least. So that's pretty cool. He's racial, he's a red guard, so increase max health and decrease ability cooldown. I didn't actually look at Sharper's Knight's racial skills. But let's give him a mount. I'm thinking he needs something that's like otherworldly, if that makes sense. I don't know if something dark would suit him. Not camel. We're not giving him a camel. I'm definitely not giving him a bear. Maybe I really don't know what to give him. Maybe we'll just. Maybe he would suit that one. I feel like maybe he'd suit that one instead. Okay, yeah. So we've got Azander now, which is pretty cool. His stance. I don't know why I do this, but his personality, I'm pretty sure is. It's not furious. It's the commander one. I'm pretty sure. It's either this one. Or it's this one. It's not this one, I don't think. Come on, change your stance. Okay, the way he's standing like that, part of me feels like, I don't know what one that is. I think it's heroic. Yeah, it's heroic. Okay, yeah, it's heroic. Does he walk like this? No, he kind of walks like that. Wait, what? I can't remember what one that is. There's one of them that kind of walks with... Yeah, he walks like this. But it's kind of the heroic stance. Unless it is this one, sorry. Okay, he's just got a mix of all of them. He's got a mix of all of them. But yeah, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We have both of the 2 new companions now. In the next coming like videos, hopefully there'll be like less people, because I'm recording the past couple of videos I've recorded like just as it's come out, so hopefully once it has a bit of chill time we'll come across some quests where there's not so many people in one place. But yeah, I'm really happy to have both of the companions now. I'll be leveling them up. One thing that I really do wish, I'm pretty sure it's still not a thing, but I would absolutely love it if you only had to do the companion quest once, and then any of your companions, any of your characters should be able to summon any companion that you've at least completed the quest with once. I feel like that's something that is so simple and that should have been a thing from the get-go, just because it's... I personally don't like repeating quests unless I kind of like want to. I feel like the having to complete a quest if you want a companion with a different character, it's really annoying, and I don't think that that's good replayability, because you know exactly what's going to happen. If the choices change and you can choose different choices depending on which character you are, then like cool. But because it doesn't really change, like the outcome doesn't change, the choices you choose doesn't change, mainly because there isn't any choices. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent now, but anyway, yeah, I just really wish that if you complete the companion quests once on a character, then any of your characters could summon them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Necrom videos that I've got coming out as well. So yeah, hit the like button, leave comments, don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Consider becoming a member if you would like to support the channel and me a little bit more. But other than that, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.